In this video, I'll be exposing the world's biggest scam happening in the National Stock Exchange of India. This being a very sensitive matter, I'm very sure that the illegal beneficiaries of National Stock Exchange will try to ban this video. Please don't try to do that because the entire documentary on this scam has already been shared to the world's top media channels. If you try to stop here, the same video will play in the international media. Hi, I am Srikanth. Today I am here to represent this Decoding Mumbai, which was formed in the earliest months of 2019 to expose the world's biggest scam happening in the National Stock Exchange of India. Even though there is no legal existence for this Decoding Mumbai, this is more like a secret operation done by the team. And see, there are already millions of suicides happen due to losses in the stock markets. So our overall agenda is to put a full stop to these suicides and also drag all these illegal beneficiaries, heads and operators of the National Stock Exchange before eyes of law and ensure the appropriate punishment. In this video, further I'll be presenting you all the supporting evidences to justify my statement that National Stock Exchange is a world's biggest scam, and also I'll be explaining you how this is being operated. So I'll first of all explain how this system in National Stock Exchange is being run. Our main focus or research was on index derivatives. This doesn't mean there is no gambling in the stock derivatives. There is the fullest gambling in the stock derivatives as well, and we made separate set of videos for that segment as well. So let us discuss where the operators have the scope to loot the segment wise. In the equity cash market delivery, the exchange or operators doesn't have any scope to loot. Because, for example, let us say I bought 1,000 stock of Infosys company. I'll get stock delivered to my depository account, and this money will be routed through exchange to the Infosys company, and here the exchange or operators doesn't have any scope to loot. When it comes to derivative segment, here there is 100% scope for the operators to loot, and they are utilizing this scope to the fullest. See what happens in the derivatives market. Let us discuss now. In the derivatives market, for every buyer, exchange is the seller, and for every seller, exchange is the buyer. This means that for every trader, the counterparty in the derivatives market is exchange itself. Here is the entire clue. When the counterparty is exchange to any retail trader, a loss to a trader is a profit to the exchange, and a profit to the trader is loss to the exchange. And we know how many times the exchange have been bankrupt, or how many people have committed suicide due to losses in the stock markets, or how many are claiming that they are gaining profits in the derivatives market. Even if there are some 3 or 4 people in the Twitter or somewhere who are claiming their profits, that is absolutely not matching to the losses incurred by the rest of the traders. That the people claiming that they are gaining profits in the stock exchange is not even 0.0001% of the loss incurred by the rest of the traders. And the next point is To consolidate, in these many number of ways, the exchange is getting profit or revenue. So, an intraday trader's loss is a profit to the exchange. A loss in the stock futures and options as well as index futures and options is a profit to the exchange. Then you might be having a question: when all these losses are a profit to the exchange, where is all this fund going is the biggest question. There are people who are paying huge short-term capital gains tax every year. For example, take the last financial year, there are almost 10 people who have earned short-term capital gains of 500 crores or more. There is the highest chance that the illegal beneficiaries of National Stock Exchange are among these people. This exchange opens backdoors to the big fishes and they provide all the profitable trades to the big fishes. This is how they route all our money into the big fishes' pockets. Understand that no stock markets can be run without operators. There should be operator for every stock or scrip and indices. Particularly in National Stock Exchange, there are separate set of operators for every strikes of call options and put options separately, be it stock options or index options. And further, let us discuss how the system is in existence in India when compared to the UK. In India, irrespective of the broker you open a demat account with, every order we place will go to the stock exchange, and there the operators are consolidatedly able to watch each one of us, and they are taking exactly in the opposite direction to the position we place. As part of presenting the supporting evidences to justify my statement that the National Stock Exchange is the world's biggest scam, here I present my first evidence. First of all, the brutal fact is that it is highly impossible to run an exchange with derivative instruments, and also nowhere in the world the markets operate like they operate in India. So let us compare our markets with developed economies or developed countries markets like US and UK. So in abroad they call derivatives as CFDs. CFD means contract for difference. In United States of America, the CFDs are banned since 2008 itself. So there is no point in discussing about US markets. In UK markets, the process is completely different. There, the London Stock Exchange has given the license to the brokers to infuse any financial instruments on their platforms. The brokers run different financial instruments like cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices of other countries as well. Moreover, once an order is placed in UK, the order ends at the broker end and doesn't go to the London Stock Exchange. And this operator sitting in the London Stock Exchange absolutely doesn't have any idea about the traders trading and about the sentiments of the traders. So there are many brokers who have listed in the London Stock Exchange like eToro, CMC Markets, IG Markets. And moreover, in UK, the index is FTSE 100, which is having the least volatility. We can hardly see that index moving more than 100 points in a day. Currently it is trading at 6000 levels, and which means that there is minimum percentage chance to lose money there. When it comes to we come to the brokers, IG Markets is the one which provides the options as well on the top countries indices. When we compare the IG Markets platform with National Stock Exchange of India platform, we can clearly figure out how this looting is happening in the National Stock Exchange. Except IG Markets, the other brokers provide only futures on the indices, and they have the other instruments on cryptocurrencies and commodities. So further in this video, we will be comparing this IG Markets platform with National Stock Exchange of India platform, so that we can have the clear picture. In a countries like US and UK, where gambling is legal, like casino, poker, everything is legal, still there the stock exchanges are not running the operations like they are running in India, because it is highly impossible to run any exchange with the derivative instruments even with 5% genuinity. Whereas in UK there is no this scope, because once a trader places an order, the order ends at the broker end and doesn't go to the stock exchange, means that is London Stock Exchange, and the operator sitting in the London Stock Exchange absolutely doesn't have any idea about the orders coming to the brokers, or the sentiment of the traders, or the percentage of the traders on the long side or short side. But whereas in India it is consolidated and the operators are happily looting. So this is the first comparison. Let us compare order book in India with the order book in UK. See, in India the order book looks like this. So this is 13th August expiry, 22,200 put option. On 11th August it has closed at 172. On the left side we are able to see top 5 buyers, on the right side we are able to see top 5 sellers. I say all these orders are all fake orders. These orders are just there to register LTPs, last traded prices. But once the real order from the retail traders comes in, the operator operating that particular strike will be waiting for our orders, and will be very much ready to loot our money by taking the price in the opposite direction to our position placed. Now let us look at the order book, how it looks like in UK. So this is the IG platform. This is how it looks like. I am actually showing you Wall Street daily. Daily means in UK, in the IG markets there are daily expiry options also. Like in India we have weekly expiry options on every Thursday, but here in IG markets we have daily expiries as well as weekly expiries and monthly expiries as well. Here this is the daily expiry, that is 12th August, whereas this is weekly expiry on 14th August. In IG markets every Friday is the expiry, the weekly expiry, and as usual daily expiry will be on the day itself. So here if you are able to see, now it is trading at, the Dow is at 27,740. If you can see, the right side are the puts and the left side are the calls. Here no such order book or top 5 buyers or top 5 sellers. There is no all such drama which is there in India. If you wanted to sell, you can sell if you wanted to sell this 27,720 put, you can sell at this price. If you wanted to buy, you can buy at 134. That's all. There is no order book drama, fake orders, all such things, absolutely no. And likewise, so there are only buy price and sell price given. You can place any quantity. You can place 10 lots, 100 lots, 1000 lots, any number of lots you can place. So this is the order book comparison between India and UK. So moving on to the next comparison, the income part to the IG markets in comparison with National Stock Exchange. So let me take you through this IG markets platform. This IG markets provides a platform to trade on almost all the top indices of the world. They provide the platform, in their platform we can even trade this SGX Nifty. Look at here. So Wall Street means Dow Jones, Hong Kong index, US Tech means Nasdaq, Germany, US 500 means S&P 500, Australia, FTSE means UK, Japan, Taiwan, so Russell, China, India 50 means Nifty 50, and so South Africa, all these indices this IG markets is providing. I'll tell you beauty of this IG markets. If you wanted to trade this Nifty 50 in IG markets, these are the four things, four type of instruments on the same indices. So whatever is being displayed in the bracket is that per lot, per point you get $10, and the second one is $2 contract, and the third one is Australian dollar contract, and here the fourth one is Australian $10 contract. So why they have given on the same indices, on the same index, four types of instruments? Because if you buy one lot here, you can hedge this position by selling 5 lots this contract. This is how they provided the clear derivative instruments to trade. So moving on to the option segment. So in the option segment, currently the Dow is trading at 27,750. At the money option, if you are able to see, it is trading between 124 and 134. You can easily see here the spread is 10 rupees. When it comes to weekly options, here the spread is almost 20 rupees. So IG markets are very clear on what they want. They need spread. The spread is itself the income to the IG markets. There is no brokerage. There are no brokerage charges for trading on the IG platform. What they want is the spread. They provide options on top indices like Dow Jones, S&P 500, FTSE, all those indices, and for those options they charge completely the spread. you should be so much sure on the volatility to make money in the IG markets. Otherwise, we will lose money. And they are very much clear about what they need. And while coming to the expiries, here in India, we have expiries, weekly expiries only. But in IG markets, there are even daily expiries also. So, but there options expire on Friday. But whereas here in India, the options expire on Thursday. And when IG markets are very clear on what they want and what they are eating, the spread and the theta factor. But in India, there is no spread at all. If at all there is a spread, there is almost less than 20 or 30 paisa. But still, how this national stock exchange is still surviving? That is because of operators. These operators are looting the public money and generating income to the national stock exchange. They operate the particular strike irregularly. The moment we place a position, they exactly play the game exactly opposite to the position we placed. So likewise, these operators are the weapons of the national stock exchange in generating huge illegal income to the national stock exchange. So, looking at all these comparisons, we can easily understand that it is highly impossible for the national stock exchange to survive if it operates genuinely. Not only national stock exchange, any stock exchange for that matter which provides derivatives platform cannot run their operations with even 5% genuinity. So these are all the reasons why in India the markets operate exactly opposite to the news. Say, for example, if the RBI monetary policy is very good and it has very good positive impact on the markets, still the bank nifty and nifty will fall, because if it goes as per the news, they have to all the traders will bet on the long side and the exchange has to pay from their pockets, which is a huge burden for the exchange. Likewise, if you take the latest example, when the Britannia results were out and the results were very much positive, still the stock fell on that day because all the intraday traders will buy and many will buy call options, many will buy futures, and everybody will bet on the long side of the stock. And if the operator lifts the stock upwards, the exchange has to pay, and that is huge burden. So on the other side, instead of not giving profits, the exchange is looting like anything the public money. And compare this news to the US and UK markets. In US, if Trump tweets something and if it has negative impact on the markets will fall sharply, because there the operators doesn't have any burden because the CFDs are banned. Likewise, in UK also, if some micro or macroeconomic factors impacts the markets in positive or negative way, the markets will rise or fall as per the impact on the markets. So moving on to the next evidence, this is very, very crucial because this will make you understand how these operators are looting very openly and there is no one to question. Be it SEBI or any authority, there is no one to question them, and their game is very open and very cruel. I'm telling you, literally, even God cannot make money in the Indian markets because these operators will not let anyone to make. So I have made separate set of videos showing how these operators are looting, but whatever I'm going to show now is the best one because that will make you understand very easily. Look at this image. This image was taken on 23rd March 9:20 am, well after the markets were open. If you can see, the Nifty is down by almost 600 points, and considering the VIX existing then, I mean it was almost 60-70 plus, this particular 7500 put option should have opened above 300 plus levels, but these operators have freezed the order book because there were many people who bought this particular option the previous day at 80-90 levels, and this has continued almost for 15 minutes. I mean this freeze was continued for 15 minutes, but there was no one to question them. Even a SEBI or any authority didn't question. This has happened many times, but I have taken the best, I'm showing the best scenario to explain how these operators are looting. See, if you can see the order book, there are only buyers present. Say suppose on the previous day I have bought at 80 rupees some 10,000 quantity. I am holding it. If I wanted to sell it, there should be buyers. So these operators cleverly made available only the buyers. As the order book is freezed, I will automatically get panicked and I will automatically sell. If I don't panic or if I don't fear, these operators will lift the Nifty up and this particular put option premium down, and will ensure I get panicked and feared and sell it off. This is how the operators play with the emotions and how they play mentally. And after 15 minutes, this particular option has opened almost at 280-290 levels. By then Nifty also has actually recovered some 100 points. This is the best evidence to make you understand how these operators are looting very openly, and there is no one to question them. And there is a special mention need to be made here. So during this COVID-19 pandemic, the Chinese markets have banned the short selling, and for some days the markets were not operational. And the same news roamed entire India saying that the markets will ban the short selling in India as well, and also there will be some holidays to the markets. But that didn't happen because the operators will lose the chance to loot us, right? And also, as the entire control is in their hands, like freezing the order book, and if there is more of short selling in any stock, they will not let that stock fall. They will hold it like that. All this entire control is in their hands. Why do they need to ban? Why do they need to give holidays? Or why do they want to shut the operations for some days? No, absolutely there is no requirement for the operators to do that. So, as part of next evidence, I'll be explaining how these operators make big time money during the biggest announcements from Central Government of India. Two such big announcements in the recent times were corporate tax reduction during September 2019 and 20 lakh crore package, the Atmanirbhar package, during May 2020. See, first of all, these operators or exchange will have the information that is being announced or that will be announced by the central government well in advance, like a week before, almost a week before they will be having the information, and they will plan clearly how to loot big time money from the public. See, I'll explain you the first flow. During corporate tax reduction that has happened on 20th September 2019, exactly, if you can see the graph here, three days before, from 16th September, and exactly on 15th or 16th, there was a news from the media houses that there might be reduction in the corporate tax, and that announcement is expected soon. The moment the announcement has come and every trader goes through that news, everybody loads money into the markets on the long side. Exactly these 3 days, the markets continuously fell without any reason. The only reason is everybody went on long and fully loaded money in the markets on the long side, and the operators wanted to loot, and they continuously dragged down the markets these 3 days. And once the announcement is made, the markets were up overnight and the things continued. If someone has actually bought, they will book some profits, and from then onwards, as there will be no one on the long side, they will take the markets upwards like anything, as that will not cause any loss to the exchange. Look at this graph during 20 lakh crore package announcement. See, first of all, I'll explain the flow, how this loot happened. Exactly 3 days before, there were news that stimulus package is expected in next 2 or 3 days. Once this news roamed around, every trader loaded money into the markets on the long side, and therefore operators, taking this as an advantage, dragged down the markets huge. And during these 3 days until the announcement, the bank nifty corrected almost 2000 points and nifty corrected almost 600 plus points. This is first loot. On 12th May, after the market hours, once the announcement was made by the Prime Minister, overnight there was huge gap up, and the next day the markets opened huge gap up. So after as the announcement was out, every trader went on to buy, and there were fresh buyings in the market, as the 20 lakh crore package is a very very huge for the India. And once everybody went on to buy, again these operators dragged down the markets to the original levels. I remember before the announcement the nifty was at 9000 levels, and again after the announcement in the next 3 days, again the operators took down the nifty to the 9000 levels. This is the second loot. Now the news came. The market is not satisfied with the stimulus package. Now every trader turned short. Many bought put options, some sold call options, and some short sold the futures. Once this happened, the operators took the markets at a stretch in next 2 to 3 days to 10,000 levels. This is the third loot. This is how the operators loot big time during these events. In the foreign countries, when the big events like Brexit happens, that is a big opportunity to the traders. But in India, that is a biggest opportunity to the operators. I can compare Indian markets and foreign markets with Walking Street and Wall Street. So, moving on to the next evidence, this is more like reverse engineering process from intermediary point of view. Broker is the intermediary always between the trader and the stock exchange. How these transactions happen in India is that once we load money into the broker's bank account, he will give the limits or funds to trade. This is what happens if we wanted to trade. And if at all the derivative segment is a zero sum game and there is no fraud in this National Stock Exchange derivative segment system, let us evaluate with a small example. Say there are 100 traders, and among these 100 traders, 60 traders have booked loss of 100 crores. If there is no fraud in the system, this loss of 100 crore booked by these 60 traders should exactly match the profits of these 40 traders. But this is not happening. Why? Because say take the brokers, all the brokers consolidated accounts. Once we load money, that is a credit to the broker's bank account, and once we withdraw money, that is a debit to the broker's bank account. If you check all the broker's bank account consolidatedly, we can see that the debits are not at all 5% of the total credits. Let us further understand in a simple way. When do we withdraw money? When we get the profits. And a person getting losses will keep on loading the money into the demat. That is what into broker's bank account. So here also the loss is not matching to the profits. That is, credits are not at all matching the debits. Where is this all fund going? This is ultimately going to the exchange, and exchange is routing to the big fishes. This is not a zero sum game. This is exchange sum game. I can literally say that. So finally I wanted to say that whatever you have seen till now are all just the highlights to prove that National Stock Exchange is the world's biggest scam, and we have made separate detailed videos on how the government should do justification to the victims of National Stock Exchange, and how the operators play the game, and how this journey has triggered and how this journey has ended. All these videos we have made separately. And one thing is for sure, Decoding Mumbai is not gonna leave any of the operators or illegal beneficiaries, because they are the reason behind many lives getting screwed up. Basically, any scam involves only loss of money, but this particular scam costed millions of lives, and still it is a continuing process. Even terrorists will plan blasts or kill people very rarely, say once in 5 years or 10 years. But these operators are 1,000 times cruel than terrorists, because they come daily and screw many people's lives. This is something that we have to stop, because in the recent article I have come across that during this lockdown period, almost 12 lakh plus people have opened their demat accounts during this lockdown period. And this is very high time that we should stop this National Stock Exchange of India scam. Otherwise, this India will witness huge suicides and many lives, millions of lives still getting screwed up. The current government, headed by Sri Narendra Modi ji, has taken the toughest decisions like demonetization, GST implementation, the surgical attack, and they also handled many issues like Kashmir issue, Ram Mandir issue. I hope Sri Narendra Modi ji will also handle this National Stock Exchange issue very gently and get the justice done to the people of India. Thank you.